All right, so over the holidays, I've been working super duper extra hard on organizing the game room. So I wanted to give just a, now that it's completely finished, I want to give just a brief overlook of how it turned out. And I finally got it, like every single piece in here is organized, and now I can actually do some work in here without feeling stressed out about how disorganized and jumbly everything is. But so this top shelf is going to be all my Masters of the Universe playset collection, which I wasn't super into these when I was a kid, but here lately I wanted a Castle Grayskull, and well, you get Castle Grayskull, you gotta get Snake Mountain, right? And then I saw this, I'm like, I've never seen that, that's so cool. And that's a recent deal. That's a some kind of DC Heroes Batcave Masters of the Universe deal. So, you guys know I've been doing some campaigns, and so I've been organizing all of my terrain and terrain tables into different groups so that anytime I get any kind of scenario, I can organize them in a way that I can just grab and go, a grab box. So I've got this one, it's called Wreckage. I spelled different because like the Battle for Macragge, because most of it is Battle for Macragge stuff in here. And then I have a Tau settlement. And there's a jungle, which is mostly, jungle. It's trees and stuff. There's an industrial complex, which it's just some electrical boxes. I don't think I've done these yet. That's still a work in progress there. I've got my dungeon elements, which you guys have seen the video of, like the boxes and the barrels and stuff. It's a battlefield. The border town is basically my fantasy houses and some gates and things like that. There's Spooky Town, which is like haunted houses and the like. Here's some ruins. And over here, this is whenever I go to somebody else's house for a painting session for miniatures, I've got this mobile mini paint station. And it has everything you need, like paper towels and brushes and paints and stuff. So just, generic stuff. I got a can of paint in there to base coat anything. Like, so when you're at somebody else's house, you gotta bring some stuff. So this is some Citadel trees. This isn't really a setup table. It's just some plastic trees. Here's my 15 millimeter terrain for tank games and Napoleonics. And that's also for Gaslands. That works really well with Gaslands. Here's my 28 millimeter vehicles, which I used in a previous campaign. The light is automatic. I can't control that. Here's a little village, which I'm working on. It needs to be painted, and I'm going to try to paint these. It's got a base coat on it, but it needs more. I'm going to try to get these in a few days, weeks. Here's my sci-fi city, which I use quite a bit. Okay, started on the next wall is this top shelf is all War Machine and Hordes, and it's a bunch of starter kits that I got on clearance years ago. The next shelf is a game called Alchemy, and there's all the starter sets for the Alchemy there. My next shelf is all my Games Workshop box set games, which I want to do a video on each one individually and pay them some attention in the future. I tried to do the Blood Bowl earlier with this camera, and after 10 minutes it would kick off for some reason. The next shelf is all my Dungeons and Dragons starter sets. And on the bottom shelf is a bunch of books, mostly War Machine. I want to keep all the heavy stuff on the bottom so it doesn't tip over. My next shelf is all my dice. I have this dice tray, which I go in and out of all the time. All the time that dice is getting put out. This next shelf is not complete. I've set this space apart for my BattleTech stuff, which I'm hoping to get later. And then we move over here and you can see I have all my Warband in like a library kind of configuration. So, and I've got them all labeled so that anytime I need a group of miniatures, I know just where to go to get a warband of those guys. And then here's my Mordheim warbands. I played probably 6 years straight at Mordheim, so I have a lot of that. And then here's some armies, some battalions here. And here's all my Games Workshop books. And that's it for the gaming stuff. These other bookshelves, this is mostly all vintage Star Wars and G.I. Joe stuff. And then that's vintage Star Wars, a little bit more modern stuff I'm working on. That's like work in progress stuff there. And this is my Vamp collection. I have a bunch of different styles of Vamps in there. So also on top are my armies. These are like larger sizes than just a regular battle group, like a regular war band. I'm gonna have like much more of these. It's not quite a whole full army and not a full battalion, but you get several squads and those and some vehicles. And that's it. Thanks for watching.